Hi Pisces, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your May 2025 Psychic Love Prediction. I'm going to be using some charms and some initials today. We're going to ask our spirit guides what is coming for love, what is going on around you. You can confirm a love or you can manifest along with me today. Let's call in our spirit guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. I'm so grateful Spirit has guided you. Spirit, please share with me for my Pisces. What is it that you have? What is it that you need them to know? What loving messages do you have for them today? I am listening for you now. I have an owl. Cooperation. I like the eyes on this owl. I always feel this incredible, intense. They're saying, I mean, I was going to say like the way I look at you, but the way they said it was deep soul gazing. That's nice. So almost this feeling of I can see into your soul. And maybe that's something that you've never felt before, that you feel like this person just like climbs into your body. Maybe you've never been this close to somebody. That's really nice. That deep soul gazing, that eye gazing. I have a cat, independent, a little bit of a mystery, setting some healthy boundaries. Okay, that feels good. Healthy boundaries are good. There's a respect there, a mutual respect. So that could be a clue or even a sign that this person respects my time. They respect my, I ask them not to do something and they're not doing it, you know, so that's important. I have a bridge. I love bridges. Connection, a reconciliation, some of you. So a crossing over. They're using the word divide. When I said crossing over, it was almost like crossing over the great divide. So is there something that came between you and we needed to reconnect? Doesn't mean that it's a reconciliation, but maybe there's something that has happened recently in a connection around you and it was like a misunderstanding or we needed better boundaries. And it kind of divided us emotionally and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. So maybe it's a reconnection. I have a sun, joy, clarity, thriving connections. We're thriving. We're not just surviving. We are thriving. That's important. The way they said it was more of a growing together. And there was a feeling of a setback just now. And maybe we needed that setback to kind of wake up to what this connection is. Sometimes it was like one step forward, two steps back energy, but we kind of needed to do that just to kind of regroup or to appreciate what we have. Maybe we were both taking it for granted, or we would be taking it for granted if this hasn't arrived. So it could be Spirit saying, hey, we can be divided very easily, even when we're together. You guys all know the couples that they feel lonely within a relationship. And that's an example of there's a great divide between us. We are not emotionally connected right now. So sometimes we got to take two steps back to say, okay, why? And reconnect. Date night. Date night. I have an Emperor. I have strength. I have a Five of Wands. And I have a King of Wands. It came into me like clear as a bell, like I will never give up on you is what Spirit said. So somebody needs to hear that, whether it's you saying that about your person or you need to hear that somebody believes in you and isn't going anywhere. But I do have this incredible sense of strength I do feel like I do not want to ever stop fighting for this connection to get better and to grow. If we have to take a step back to reconnect, I'll do that. If we have to figure out why we aren't as close as we should be, we'll do that. I have a really strong energy here, and maybe this energy has a tendency to put themselves first. And then they kind of wake up and realize that they've been selfish or they've been self-absorbed. And they kind of look around them and say, okay, I'm not feeling as emotionally connected to my person. And why? Because I've been working all the time, or I have been spending time with other people other than my person, or I've been putting other priorities before this connection. So I do feel like this person, they do have good reasons. It's not because they are consciously doing these things to hurt you. But they have to consciously make the effort. And that's what they're waking up to. I have to consciously realize that when I make a decision and I'm in a connection with somebody that I really want to be in, that I have to take my person into consideration with everything I do. Doesn't mean they're giving up their independence. Doesn't mean they can't make choices for themselves. But if they're making decisions, I don't care if they're making decisions to go out on a Friday night, and you guys usually go out on a Friday night. They can't just say, yeah, I'll see you Friday night. They have to kind of run it by you and say, do you mind if we don't go out this Friday night? And I'm going to go out with my friends instead. You know, I mean, that would just be common courtesy. But it's that kind of, you've got to start to rethink. You've got to think about, I have somebody in my life right now, and it's not the self-absorbed, I feel like, is more what's happened. That they didn't even realize that they were making choices and decisions that helped them, but didn't necessarily help you. Maybe that's where the boundaries came in. Maybe that's where the step back, they could feel you pull back. They could feel you emotionally detach from them a little bit. I have a moon, the sense of, you know, where am I at? Where am I going? Some fears creeping in, wanting to find some answers, wanting to trust my intuition more. So I have a 7 of Wands. Clear as a bell. I'm going to say it again. I will not give up on you. So whatever that means to somebody definitely needs to hear that today because it was so strong. I have a Knight of Cups. I love you. I'm in love with you. And I feel an apology, not in a sense that like kissing and make up. I don't think this was going to end the relationship, but it was more of an apology for, I didn't even realize what I was doing. I just wasn't thinking. And sometimes people don't think before they do things. So now if it made them stop to think, then okay, but they love you and they want to correct that behavior somehow. I have an Empress. Definitely a feeling of I will always love you. Yeah. So the love is there. 10 of Cups, bottom of my deck. The love is there. There's no doubt in my mind. Look at this beautiful rainbow. This rainbow's jumping out at me. It's like now that I found you after the storms, the beautiful rainbow appears. Maybe you'll see a rainbow just to give you some ray of hope today. But it's just a sense of, I don't want to give up on this. Just because we're making mistakes, just because it's not perfect, just because I'm being self-absorbed or I was selfish, I don't want this to kind of spiral out of control so that we don't have something. Like we're both adults, we can get through this. Let's get some initials. Let's see what they're saying. First initials, last initials. What do we have for May, Spirit? What is going on with the energy around us? The letter L. I have a T, the letter D, the letter B, I have a Y, E, O, A, the letter G, I, R, another I, M, G, the letter S, Q, let's get one more, and a letter E. Okay, so for some of you that could connect first initial, last initials, and or name. Sometimes we spell out that whole name. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. I felt like I had to take a deep breath there for a second. Why am I taking a deep breath, Spirit? I'm feeling relieved that I don't have to worry that when something doesn't feel quite right, it doesn't mean that it's over. Okay? It just means that it needs to be fixed. We don't throw it away. We don't run from it. We don't push it away because it's not perfect. It means that there's something that just needs to be worked on. Maybe you've always been in a relationship where as soon as those feelings came in, that somebody was pulling away or somebody wasn't giving the attention that you expected, that it just ended right after that. This person is saying, I don't want to give up on this connection. I didn't realize that I was self-absorbed. I didn't realize that I didn't take you into consideration when I made some choices. I didn't realize that I haven't been as attentive to you as I usually am, that I've been giving you a lot of excuses. I've been busy. I've got other things, you know, I wasn't putting you first. So if they acknowledge the reason, then there's hope to fix it. It's the person who goes right over their head and they're just like, what do you mean? Nothing's wrong. We're fine. And obviously we're not. We're not as emotionally connected as we should. It's happening right now. The situation or event in question is occurring right now. So there's a train. There's a train on the train track. Do we get on the train together? Do we continue to travel this journey together? I have a corset being held together, holding it together, structured, following the rules. I just took a deep breath, right? So it was almost, maybe I took that corset off in a different lifetime and I can finally breathe. The last thing you want to be in is in a relationship where you feel like you can't breathe. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. You feel like anything that is uncomfortable or not quite perfect is enough for a relationship to end. If you are in that kind of a space, you're not in the right relationship. You don't have enough security. You don't feel emotionally secure. So this could be Spirit's way of saying, you know, we want you to be secure within this relationship or a relationship so that you don't ever feel like it's just going to blow up in your face or that you have to watch what you say or watch what you do or always appease somebody for their time and what's important to them. So it's just kind of a reminder that there's two people in this relationship and we both have to work at it for it to repair, you know, build and repair and grow. I have a pearl, opening up, finding wisdom, loyalty, deeper dive, developing in character. I'm learning from you. I'm learning from each other. What makes you happy? What's upsetting to you? What triggers you? So we could be going through this getting to know each other phase and trying to get into a comfortable routine, a comfortable place where there's trust and we want to stay close. I have a crown of thorns, a martyr, noble, self-sacrificing, putting others first, suffering. you don't want to be the person who bends over backwards for the sake of the other person's happiness. You want the other person to be happy, but not at your, not if it's taking away something from you. It's not all about making somebody happy. You give and take, you share, and you're both happy. So it's not like if I do this, this, and this, then they'll be happy. That's not what Spirit wants for you, because at some point you're going to resent that. You're going to resent that you're doing all the work, or that they're not putting in as much effort as you are. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have for us today? What do my Pisces need to know for May? I have impromptu photos, but I like this, just the impromptu. Maybe we need more spontaneity. Maybe everything is planned. Everything is like the same routine. Maybe we've fallen into, we do the same things. We're in a stagnant pattern. So there's a sense of, let's kind of step out of our comfort zone and try new things, be more spontaneous. How was your day? That felt a little bit like getting off the phone. Getting off the phone, somebody putting down their phone, the person who's always on their phone, even when they're with you, and it's you don't have their attention because it's too important, whoever else is on the phone or their social media or whatever they're doing, they're scrolling. But the person who puts down their phone and gives you their undivided attention, or God forbid, puts their phone on silent, shuts off their phone, when they're with you. So it was almost a feeling of respect. Maybe that's been an issue, that even when I'm with you, you're not with me. We're together, but you're busy working. You're busy checking your emails. You're busy responding to people, whatever it is. So maybe that's something that's been going on, and it's an issue. That's a big issue for people. I have flirty texts. Little bit of a red flag for some of you, that who are you on the phone with? There's a lot of energy around the phone. I want to make sure that when they're on the phone, it's either because they have to be for business or keep up with their kids or something like that, that they're not behind the scenes chatting and talking to somebody. That would be, and you're like, who are you talking to? What's on the phone? They're like, nobody. Meanwhile, you can tell they're going back and forth with all kinds of text messages and responses and things like that. So a little bit of a red flag. Keep an eye on the phone for some reason, my Pisces, because I feel like there's something going on with the phone. If you ask them to put it down and they won't, you have to ask yourself why. They take the phone with them to the bathroom. Giving back, volunteering, doing things together. I feel like we're trying to reconnect. I do feel that the connection is there. I don't want to give up on this, is what they keep saying to me. So maybe what's going through your mind is we're disconnected because there's something else going on. I would either disprove that or know in your heart that that's not the truth, or find out. And in my world, I always believe in evidence, that Spirit will give you the evidence. If something's going on, then you will find out. You'll get the evidence. You'll see the text messages. You'll overhear something. Timelines won't work out. So if you have a fear of something's going on behind the scenes, ask Spirit for the evidence so that you can make a clear decision and the evidence will be found. So that's important to know, so that you can get that off your head if there's nothing going on. If they're just being self-absorbed and their work and their life and their phone is more important than taking you out to dinner or talking to you during dinner, then that's where you say, hey, guess what? We're really disconnected right now because that's more important than me. I have a 6 of Wands. I have a 9 of Pentacles. I have an Ace of Pentacles. And I have a Moon. That came into me as a fear of losing you. Now that I have you, now that you're in my life, now that I realize that I want to be with you. I do have a generous offer. I do want to be with you and maybe taking it to the next level. And I'm realizing that I'm making you feel insecure somehow. So there is a sense of this person acknowledging that like they're not doing their job as the other partner to make you feel safe, to make you feel like there's nothing else, to make you feel like you're the only one. So I do feel like something is going on with that. Let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Maybe we'll get some additional messages with the charms. Hey, you know, life is difficult. Relationships are difficult. They're not that cut and dry, right? But as long as we have honesty, Spirit just said. So for some of you, if you're concerned about trust and honesty, they've given you some ideas of what you can do. You can ask for that evidence and you can, you know, so that you can clear your mind one way or another. Okay. Let's see what we're doing. Yeah, once you lose trust, that's really hard. So we've got some trust issues today for my Pisces. I have a W. I have the letter C. I have a Taurus energy. Okay, I'm just going to turn some of these over, see what I'm feeling. And I have a Leo. I have a Leo. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with this basket. It's a basket with 2 presents. And I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying, hold on, let me see if I can get this. Let me get my tweezers. I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying, we're a gift to each other. There's 2 wrap presents. So it's not like you're the gift to them. We're a gift to each other. And we have to remember that. Because it's not going to be just one person who does all the work. We have to take care of each other. We got to be there for each other. So that we're a gift to each other. So I feel like we just need to be reminded of that. I do have a beautiful sun. This looks like a sun. And I feel like it is a new beginning. So, and I'm going to say transformation with this butterfly. I'm going to put these guys together. So I don't feel like it's a reconciliation. I don't. I feel like it was 2 steps, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I feel like just something has happened in this connection, or it will happen in the connection that's coming, that just kind of reminds you of we've got to put each other first. And then we agree on it and we kind of go, ooh, that was a close call, because it could have gone in the other direction. It could have gone that we both gave up and we just said, we don't want to do this anymore. And then we lost this beautiful gift that was given to us. So this kind of, we've got to transform. We've got to have this new beginning, this rebirth of some kind. And sometimes we just have to do that. I have a beautiful perfume bottle. I have a crown and I have a heart. So I want to use the word princess only in the context of I appreciate you and I want you to feel like a princess. I want you to feel that I don't take you for granted and that I treat you special and you're beautiful to me. And I love your heart and I love your energy. So I just feel like I want to, you're my beautiful princess. I mean, it could be prince, but I'm leaning more towards the feminine energy. So I'm just going to say this person does see you as their beautiful empress, their beautiful princess. So there's something going on with that. So you've captured them that way. What is this? What is that? Oh, a bottle of wine. Okay. A bottle of wine, and I'm going to put the rose with it. I'm going to say a romantic evening, but it's more of a reconnection evening. And it's, yeah, like, do you remember me? Do you remember when we used to do this all the time? Do you remember when we first fell in love? Do you remember how we used to stare at each other? And it all comes back. It didn't go anywhere. It just was kind of being taken for granted. So there's this kind of romantic evening that, I don't know, seals the deal. Maybe something like that makes you feel like I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I have these beautiful pink lips. I'm going to put this, it looks like a frap or a sundae, like a blizzard from Dairy Queen. It just feels like this kind of sweetness. Okay, it's something sweet. Your lips are sweet. Even the words coming out of your mouth, there's a sense of sweetness. So I'm just going to say it that way. I'm just going to use the word sweet. Maybe that's how they describe you. Maybe that's something that you see in them. Like, you're the sweetest person I've ever been with. You're the kindest person I've ever been with. You're good to me. Things like that. I have a seashell, I have a big tropical fish, and I have a octopus. I feel like that's a trip. I do. I feel like it's a trip. Maybe we go on a cruise. Maybe we go somewhere where we go snorkeling. Seaside, they're saying. So something next to the sea. We're staying near the sea. So making trips for maybe a summer vacation. So we have plans. More importantly, we have plans to travel together. We have plans to be together. And I have an apple. I always see the apple as a teacher. I mean, it's just like a symbol of a teacher. Apple of your eye, but I'm going to go with teachers. Maybe one of you is a teacher, mentor, coach, something connected to that. All right, so those are your clues. Princess, we're a gift to each other. Gorgeous. And let's see what messages of love they have for you today. Spirit, please share with me messages of love. What is it that you need us to know? I guess Spirit says that when a connection comes into your life, don't give up on it so fast. Don't give up on each other, because it takes work, it takes effort, and it's easy to walk away. It's harder to stay and make it work. So I guess Spirit's trying to teach us all that maybe we just don't run. We figure it out. We work it out. Because this person, they said they didn't want to. I will not give up on you. You're not just my lover, you're my best friend. I need you in my life. I love being with you. I'm taking space to sort out my feelings. I could have pulled back. And you say, why are you pulling back? I've got things I'm working on. I've got things I'm thinking about. Okay, as long as it's not that you're thinking you don't want to be in this connection. It could have nothing to do with this connection. It could be they're upset about work. They're upset about their family. They're worried about their father. Anything. There's no doubt in my heart, I'm yours forever. There is an incredible sense of forever. You know, so we're not going to just throw it away because it's been a hard period of time for some reason. I'm healing to be a better person for us both. So you're healing, they're healing, we're growing, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a romantic evening that reconnects us. What's the bottom of my deck? I'm in tune with what your body needs. Maybe we'll reconnect physically. One more. You're worth the wait. Okay, they waited a long time to find you. They don't want to go out and start all over again. They want to make this work. I feel like we're, you know, are we still in the stage of getting to know each other? Are we still trying to figure out each other's boundaries and triggers and, you know, what makes us happy, what's comfortable? But right now, I love the message of I'm not going to give up on this. That is the message. That was really important. I want to thank Spirit for this reading and these messages today. I want to thank you all for being here. If you're new to my channel, I'm so grateful. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at KathyMamolen.com. Also, please check out my other two channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame channel. I will put the links in the description and in the comments. We'll see you all again. Have a great May, and I'll see you again in another love reading real soon.